time is. Probably about 4 o'clock, just after 4 p.m. I'd hoped to get to the inside as well today, but that's not happening. You'll find both the door frames, pain in the ass, done. Back of the cab, done. And the other door frame obviously done. Same day, finished bare metaling the frames in the back of the cab. Went inside, thought I was going to have a beer for a change. I never drink beer, but I thought I'd drink a beer just to celebrate. Texted Dennis, he said, no, you can't have beer, you got to go back. And I thought, what the hell? He said, nope. Got to put seam sealer on all the seams around the edges of the door. So now I'm going to do 2 rows, 2 lines of masking tape all around the edges, leaving 1/8 of an inch on each side of where the joins are. Seam sealer right up to my elbows. Hopefully get the tape off before it's rock hard and dries. And then by tomorrow, 11 o'clock, which is 18 hours later, it'll be rock hard and over paintable. So yeah, it didn't go according to plan. I'm back. I'm going to pull this out so I've got decent light so I can see what I'm doing. That's the compressor building up pressure. Of course, I never close the compressor because I drain it every night. Maybe we'll have pressure build up now. Bring this out where I can see what I'm doing. Right. Quick blow job. Get the worst of the dirt out, dust, for all the sanding. Still need to take the striker plates off and clean up there quickly tomorrow morning. Up to now I've avoided it because they have to go back the way they came off. So you have to mark them with a scribe exactly where they come off, make sure you don't have left and right mixed up. And then hopefully they'll refit again as they should. But I'll get to that. Something like that? I think so. yellow tape everywhere. Not everywhere, just a few pieces. Every bit of yellow tape surrounds a joint where steel has been overlapped. Some of it is welded, just obviously spot welded. Some of it seems to be overlapped, but I'm sure there's joining inside somehow. So now I've ground out every bit of seam sealer that was in all these joints. And the next trick, gloves and all, is to mask up everything 1/8 of an inch on the sides of every one of these joints. Now, seam sealer in a tin. You can see the tin has had a better day than I have. Old brush, which is kind of reasonably, it's not solid hard, reasonably hard. Quite small, so you can get it in and also shape and force, and then ultimately use my finger to tidy up everything. Hopefully by this time tomorrow there'll be paint over everything, primer. But it's 6 p.m. now. I shut shop at 4:30, and then Dennis told me to come back and finish this, so I'm finishing it. And the only way to do these things is to do it the right way. There's no in between, unfortunately. But seam sealer everywhere, finger it off, get the tape off fast because the stuff dries quite hard by tomorrow. It is actually supposedly over paintable within an hour. I'm not sure if that's true. It says 20 minutes, but I don't believe that. Never believe that shit when you see it. Temperature 12 degrees Celsius, which is about 56, 57 Fahrenheit. So yeah, let's get going. I'm going to put that thing onto slow motion, fast motion I should say, just because this is probably taking another half an hour or more to finish. Do it right or don't do it. Cheating takes just as long as doing it right, so you may as well do things right. And 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room. So, quick look, seam sealer everywhere on these places where the joints are. Way down, masking tape did a huge difference. All the way down here. And then around this side, cab. Up here. Sorry. Probably going a bit fast for some of you. Anyway, really pleased that Ines insisted that I come and do this. All the way down here. Those are the spot welds, by the way, the dark spots. You've got seam sealer everywhere. Right down there. Once I run over that with a bit of emery paper, all the little edges will be tidied up. Pleased as hell. This is good. Don't know what the time is now, but typically we have another step in the process under control. Thanks for watching. For those that are excited, join me. I'm excited. Cab, inside, outside, bare metal, twice over, first with a brush, then with a DA. Now I have applied the etch primer everywhere, probably more than it needs, but it feels good. Getting it right, doing it right. Make sure I don't fall over anything reversing back here. I'll leave this alone until tomorrow lunchtime. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday afternoon today. But happy with that. I think if anything, this is better than I could have expected it to be. But it's all the assistance, all the advice, all the guys either teasing or advising as they should what I should and shouldn't be doing. Dash looks really good. All of that. And then obviously up here, I've only gone up to the edge because there's a padded airliner to go in. So yeah, really pleased. I probably have funny weird ears now. There we go, that's better. Yeah, thanks for joining. I've just noticed a really interesting thing, but that's more than I want to discuss right now. Well, it's little bits of metal that have conglomerated as if it's a magnet around one of the camera lenses. This is on my iPhone. So yeah, time to unload the driveway, clean up this. I might even go wild and start wire brushing this. I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow morning, to be honest. I think it's time I take an early afternoon. But I'll wire brush this tomorrow while I'm in sort of primer mode, and then do the rest of this. In the meantime, I'm going to push it back into the garage using a couple of rags to hold on to it, because obviously I don't want to contaminate anything. But pleased as punch. Friday afternoon, I think it's, what's it, about the 4th of April, I guess. So time-wise, we're a little bit behind on the video publishing, but that works for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Share. 769 subscribers. Where's 1,000? One day we'll get to 1,000. Takes time, I guess, and I don't have the easiest of channels to follow with all the random stuff that I post. But yeah, have a good weekend when you get to it.